Alright, what is poppin', yo? It's your girl, okay, good. What's up, YouTube? It's been way too long since I've sat down and filmed a video, but we back. So today I'm going to be doing my makeup and do a little chit chat, get ready with me, do a cute little beat or whatever. I don't plan to go nowhere. I probably gonna go to Barnes & Noble later. Yeah, I mostly just feel like doing my makeup and getting cute, cause you know, why not? Okay, where do I even start? So I just put moisturizer on my face. I'm really gonna be like chatting about my life for real and, you know, just running my mouth. And I'm gonna slightly talk about the makeup I'm putting on. I definitely want to do my brows, so I guess I'll start there. But yeah, so it's been a whole year since I last filmed. I filmed when I first moved out to New York, so yes, she is still in New York. Okay, still in Brooklyn, period. Oh yeah, so the last time I was on YouTube, last time I sat and filmed, I had just moved to New York and I was staying at my little Airbnb or whatever, which is crazy because I'm like around the corner from said Airbnb. But so much has happened since I last, you know, chatted with y'all. First of all, Happy New Year. You know, saying it's 2021 now. Hello, that's why I feel real sweet 19. That's crazy. I did not mean to leave y'all like that. You know, I intended to be always filming and shit, but you know, life happens. You feel me? As y'all know, because we all experienced 2020 together. And 2020 was, whew, a doozy. A doozy to say the least. Whew. Y'all like my little mirror? I got this mirror from Urban Outfitters. And she lights up. She's so cute. But yeah, I want pretty pink brows today. Because if you can't tell, pink is my favorite color. Where do I start? 2020. 2020 it started real cute. I was at my apartment in Brooklyn. I brought in the year turning up, as I tend to do. And like most people, I had no idea that 2020 was going to be what it was. You know, 2020 was my first year in New York. You know, she's been here for over a year now. But yeah, it started off pretty good. I mean, you know, I had a job, I had an apartment. I had some great roommates that I randomly found via, how did I find them? Oh, Craigslist. I found my apartment via Craigslist. Which, you know, don't knock it because I had absolutely love my roommates. Like, can't believe I even was so lucky to find them. Anyways, I look cray. But then quickly 2020 started to kind of tumble. You know, like once Kobe died, we all kind of knew like, all right, this might be a different fucking year. And then Pop Smoke died. That was crazy. And then of course, raggedy ass COVID. COVID really came and said, baby, I'm shaking shit the fuck up. Now, me personally, when like COVID came and, you know, we kind of like shut down or whatever, I was like, this ain't gonna last long. Like, we'll be back outside in no time. But yeah, like when we first like shut down the, like work and stuff, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna get 2 weeks paid off from work, like whatever, no biggie. The world can't shut down. It's not what happens. And you know, I'm in New York, so I'm like, it's New York. Like New York's not gonna shut down. That's crazy. But when, what day was that? End of March came and I was out of a job and unemployed. That's when I knew. That's when I knew this year was gonna be a doozy, to say the fucking least. Big brows, period. Okay, so like I was saying, becoming unemployed early 2020, like maybe a month before my birthday, maybe less, was really, really difficult for the girl. Like, I just, first of all, never ever would I ever think that I would be employed in my life or on unemployment in my entire life. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a worker. Like, I stays with a job, stays with a check. Okay, like I don't, not working, like me, no. So it was definitely a toughie, like trying to manage and just be fucking unemployed. Like, no. But honestly, it was probably the best thing that ever happened, to be honest. Like, because when I first moved to New York, I had no real, like, plan. I was just like, you know, I gotta be in New York. I have, like, all the things I want to do, gotta start there. Like, gotta be in New York, right? Yeah, so when I, you know, got here, I was blessed enough to get a job and all of that. But like I said, I still didn't necessarily know what I was doing. So when COVID hit and I ended up being unemployed, it was kind of just like, I took it as the universe being like, hey girl, figure your shit out, because you can't just be out here winging it forever. And I'm a winged ass bitch, okay? I'm an Aries, so we just, you know, we just go. We just do it. We just jump. The net appears eventually. You feel me? So yeah, 2020 for me, like most people, really started out like an adjustment. I love my free time, and I love, you know, being off work and chilling the whole nine, but I also like to do stuff. I like having the option to like leave my house, even though I don't always do stuff. I like the option. So it was very weird to be in my dream city but on shutdown. Like, what? It was hard to adjust to the life that COVID brought us, which, I mean, it really, like, I don't want to be all, oh, fuck 2020, it was such a terrible year, and blah, 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 because it was still a year that I was blessed to see, and it was very monumental. Like, I turned 25 in 2020, and that was 2020, like, turning 25 is a lot, because you're halfway to 30. Like, your age no longer rounds down to 20, and you are now old. That's at least what I tell people anyway. Like, when I was in my early 20s and I knew people that were 25 or over 25, I'm like, oh, so how does it feel to be close to 30? I like to teach people about their age because it's funny. So yeah, turning 25 in a pandemic year and a shutdown year was very whack. So I'm turning 25 again, in case you didn't know. Fuck that shit. And yeah, like most busybodies, it was hard for me to kind of adjust to the life of not doing anything. Because like I said, I'm Aries. I like to be on go, honey. I like to do stuff. Sometimes I like to sit in the house and do absolutely nothing, but I like the option to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I took it as a sign that the universe just wanted me to kind of plan and get my shit together. Because while I have, you know, I always had goals and stuff like that, but the planning of such goals just was never there. I've never been a big planner. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go with it, and, you know, hope for the best. Now, I'm not gonna act like, you know, I was just really out here planning my life in 2020, baby. I was watching a lot of goddamn Netflix, okay? Watching a lot of Netflix, a lot of Hulu, Disney Plus, child, the whole nine. Because while 2020 was, you know, a way for me to kind of plan my life, it was also like, okay, maybe you should also relax. You know what I'm saying? I've been working since I was 17 years old. I was working hard for the last few years to move to New York. But ooh, was I upset. Like, I was upset but also happy that I was in New York while this is happening, because like I could not have been at home and dealing with 2020. Like, no. I would have felt even more stuck, and yeah, I just would have felt stuck like Chuck, like literally, like I would have thought my life was over. But experiencing in New York with new people and new friends, you know, all of that, it was interesting to say the least. I got to really kind of get out of my own way and like out of my shell a little bit. Still using good old Riri, even though I want some more makeup. I want some more foundation. I want to start breaking down my chin area, but child, that's a whole nother thing. I feel super dry right now. It is January, so it's brick out here in New York, and my skin is really feeling it. Like, my skin feels so dry right now. Luckily, I was in New York, or spending my 2020 with people who, you know, been in New York for a while and kind of had the experience, so it was like frustrating having my first year in New York be a pandemic year. Like, I was trying to be outside, I was trying to be doing the things, child. I was trying to be in the city that never sleeps, you know what I'm saying? Now, I did have, of course, a few months where I was like, you know, out and doing it up or whatever, but I wanted to keep doing that. Like, it was really hard trying to still like have a life and have a social life and be out during the pandemic. Yes, I wear a mask, but don't even start that shit. Also, you know what's hilarious? Like, cause y'all remember those Snapchat filters that had the mask, like that would cover your face with the mask and give you little ears. Like, were they trying to warn us? Cause I definitely remember that, and I honestly remember saying, like, my first couple of months here in New York, cause I, you know, moved in October. I definitely remember saying, like, I wish I had something to cover my face from the cold air, because it would be brick, and it's like, you know, you don't want to talk and have all that air in your mouth and all of that. So I definitely remember saying I wish I had something to cover my face, but I didn't mean like, oh, I gotta wear a mask. Like, that's not what I meant. And honestly, the masks really do come in handy now that it's cold. Like, that's one thing that happened wearing a mask as soon as I leave the house, because it's brick. Now, yes, when it was hot, I was not trying to wear that shit. Like, if I was just going around the corner to the bodega, no, I was not wearing a mask. Sorry, fight me. I don't be mad. I don't give shit. But I enjoyed my little summer, my first summer in New York, even though it was a pandemic. I had a good time. I was always outside. I took full advantage of my roof access, because y'all know I'm in Texas, so the roofs, we don't get up here, okay? That's not a thing. But we had roof access on my last apartment, you know, last summer, and yeah, I was on that thing every day, doing my yoga or whatever, which was super fun. That's something I picked up in 2020, was doing yoga and like meditating and stuff, because I ain't had nothing else to do. And yeah, it was just a way to get back in my body, nourish her. Oh yeah, COVID, pandemic. Having a birthday in a pandemic was fucking ass. I know we're technically like still in the pandemic. My birthday's like 3 months away, but I'm doing something, okay? I'm gonna be outside. I don't give a fuck. Listen, the way people still moving in 2020 and like still traveling and shit, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm still doing it, and I get it. You know, it is a pandemic. I understand. You know, people are dying from this shit, but I'm not. I'm very healthy. I'm very much alive. And I'm gonna be doing shit. I'm about to be outside, like, cause who knows when like people will go back to normal. I'm so tired of people saying, "Oh, when shit is back to normal." Like, what is normal, first of all? Because our normal before was not that cute. Like, being unemployed taught me so much. First of all, taught me I don't need to be working for these white people. Like, I don't need to be working 30 hours a week. That's not cute. Cause I mean, I liked my job, kind of, a little bit. I'm still not telling y'all where I worked, but it was alright. They shouldn't have fired us how they did, but whatever. That's besides the point. But yeah, like, it just kind of made me really evaluate how we was moving pre-COVID. Like, people do not need to be working 40 hours a week. That's just not, for bare minimum. Like, I was working 40 hours a week and still was really making my rent. Like, what? And, you know, that's like a lot of people in America. They were working 40 hours a week and, you know, still getting check to check. And that's ridiculous, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? All these big corporations and shit that fired all their employees, like, y'all suck. Okay? And I mean, America sucks in general. I've been saying it all the time, my whole life personally, that America is not the greatest and we still have a lot of shit we can work on. Oh, I didn't want to use that concealer. I wanted to use my other one. That took way too long to find this little bitty thing. So I used my handy dandy Too Faced concealer. I have it in the color Warm Sand. I kind of like it, but I'm always really difficult with concealers because I crease a lot in that area. But I bought this travel size Nars concealer, and I have it in the color Caramel, which is so funny because I had this exact same concealer. I've been watching like my old YouTube videos to get back inspired or whatever, and I had a full thing of this and I absolutely hated it back in the day. I don't really know why. I guess I said it creased a lot, but I'm a creasy bitch when it comes to my eyelids, my under eyes. But now I know the key to most concealer is to let it sit, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is definitely lighter. Yeah, working is ass. Like, I'm never working for the white man ever again. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. I'm employed again, thinking it's part-time. And I like my job a lot. I'm still not telling y'all where I work because that's just none of y'all business, but I work for 2 black women and I absolutely love it. It's just so much more, I don't know what's the word, I just feel more comfortable. Like, anytime I interact, even though I still can be very professional, I just feel more comfortable, you know, talking to them, explaining things. You know, I don't get too personal at work because you don't ever need to get personal at work, but it's just a more comfortable environment knowing that I work for 2 black women and that I work for a company that's black owned. You know, me personally, I just like that. I like that. And you know what else I don't like that we normalized in this country? Paying for like basic necessities. It was actually ridiculous to me. Like, why do I have to pay for food? I have to eat to live. Why do I have to pay to live somewhere? I can't live on the street. Why do I have to pay for water? I need it to survive. Like, things we need to survive, we should not have to pay for it, but I did not intend to film this and talk about politics. But yeah, that was definitely something I've noticed since we've been in a pandemic. Like, so many things that are just dumb that we should not be doing, that we do anyway. But yeah, my first year was so like, I don't want to say lackluster or like bittersweet, but it kind of was bittersweet to have my first year be, you know, 2020. I say that because I wanted to still travel. Like, in 2019, I traveled 8 lives, and I was trying to keep that momentum, but like, obviously that wasn't a thing. And yeah, it was just hard not being able to see like all my like friends and family and shit. The way people really thought I was supposed to be going back home when the pandemic hit, like, clearly y'all don't know me. Like, why would I move back home? I had just, like I said, I had just moved into my new apartment the beginning of the year. Like, I moved in, oh shit, I moved in like right when the pandemic started. I'm sorry, not when the pandemic started, but I moved in right when 2020 started. Like, I moved in the day before. So the fact that people thought I was just gonna like uproot my life here, that I was trying to establish here in New York and move back to Houston, like, what? No. that definitely was never gonna be a thing. A pandemic or no pandemic, I wasn't about to just pack up when shit got tough. You feel me? Like, we don't do that. But like I said, it was definitely like an adjustment and a little scurry because I was unemployed. So it was just like, how am I about to? New York is not cheap. Like it was definitely like, you know, a test of my faith because I had to believe like that I could still make it here. You know what I'm saying? Pandemic and all. And I mean, we all know making it in New York is not an easy task. But hell, she did it. Bro, this pimple on my forehead. Alright. Anyway. But yeah, during the pandemic, I was trying to, you know, just still do normal things. I was still trying to like date and whatnot, which is like honestly a whole nother story for a whole nother video. But let me just say this, dating apps fucking suck. I'm never doing that again. But also like dating is such a distraction. Like men are a distraction. Did y'all hear me, ladies? Men are a distraction. At least for me, in the way I'm set up and the way my birth chart is set up, men are just a distraction. Like I can't, and that's something 2020 taught me too. Like, cause like I said, when the pandemic started, I was like chilling, but still trying to figure out like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, what's the plan? Like, what do you even actually want to do? Because for so long I was just doing things to make other people happy, like, you know, my family and all of that, like going to school. Cause you already know I hated school. I definitely wanted to drop out, but you know, a lot of my moves and actions were to please those I loved and not necessarily myself. So it was kind of not difficult, but it was definitely like a relearning of sorts that I had to do. Like I had to, you know, kind of get back into the things I like to do. So I was like, you know, sewing and drawing and whatnot again, but I was on them damn dating apps, child, getting distracted. Yeah, and I realized like I kind of get a little too invested and like engulfed in other people, and not just men. Like I said, I had a whole new group of friends, and so I was kind of wrapped up in just my relationships in general, and not so much myself. I think I'd just be so like enamored with people. I'd be like, oh wow, they're so great, they're so perfect, and like I'd be forgetting like a lot of times my relationships are very mirrored. They're very much like mirror experiences, at least for me. The people I come in contact with and the people I kind of bring in my life are a mirror of me, and that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? But I would just get too concerned about other people and not focus on myself. I would just forget, you know, the things I want to do and the things I have planned. But yeah, if anything, I'm proud for 2020. I'm, you know, grateful for everything that happened in 2020 because it taught me so much about myself. You know, 2020 said, baby, you're gonna get these lessons whether you want to or not. Oh, this powder from LA Girl Pro stink. But I wanted to try it as opposed to my Fenty powder because my Fenty powder is tinted and it gives me like a yellow look under my eyes, and I don't necessarily like that all the time. So I'm trying out this one from LA Girl Pro because it was a cute little $5 from Beauty Supply. I would have got another Fenty powder, but I know the Fenty powder is at least $20 at the least, and I just, that's not, it's not what we was doing. It's not what we was on. But yeah, what else happened in 2020? Oh, so I moved. Started getting a new apartment again. I just got a new apartment. But this apartment is in her name. This is like my first legit apartment ever. Like, my name is on the lease. I pays the rent myself. You feel me? She don't need no help. I mean, I could. I would use somebody to pay our rent, y'all. I don't know why I use this one. I'm using the Urban Decay. I was saying I'm using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer today, which I normally don't use, and I honestly forgot I had it because I have the Anastasia one too. But I mean, I hear good things about them both. I think the Urban Decay was a you know, one of them gifts from Sephora. You know how they be with the free little samples or whatever. But I paid for the Anastasia one, I think. Don't let me lie to you, I done got in the VIB, you know, thing in Sephora, and I just be getting shit. I get so many travel size things now. Because honestly, the travel size, the little mini versions is where it's at. Because if I don't like it, I ain't trying to like pay $30 for a full size product that I may or may not like, okay? But anyway. Let's get to these R's. I guess I'm gonna do a little pink today. Oh yes, so I moved for the 4th time because my Airbnb situation, y'all, that shit was a lie. That whole situation, as far as like moving and finding a mix, it was just divine. Like if you ain't supposed to be somewhere, the universe is not gonna have you there. That's just all I gotta say about that. Like, I was so close to moving with these other girls that I know, looking back, it would have been a terrible situation. Like, it just was not meant to happen, so that's why I didn't. But it was definitely difficult finding like my perfect home and space and all of that. But I'm so happy it happened the way it did, because I literally couldn't imagine with anybody else other than my roommates. Like, I love them. And yeah, I'm just so happy to find the roommates who are not psychopaths and are just good people, and they have a great group of friends, and they love me enough to bring me into that group of friends, and everybody loves me, and it's so nice. Because I was really concerned about that when I like was looking to move here. I was very concerned about that, like who I was gonna live with, and just, you know, how I was gonna cultivate a friend group here. But when I tell you that shit fell into place so effortlessly, like so effortlessly. And it's crazy because like all our friends live so close to us. Like the furthest maybe it's like 8 minutes away. But yeah, we all our people right here in the same little area. It's really nice. Another blessing in disguise from 2020. But 2020 was hard on me. I lost a couple of family members this year. Not from COVID, I guess thank God, but I definitely experienced some loss in my family as well in this year 2020, which was difficult. I was really working on just cultivating more of a spiritual like practice and routine in 2020, which was easier to do where I was with the people I was with in 2020. Because y'all know I'm from the South, okay? So doing anything, and I'm black, so doing anything kind of outside your typical religion like Christianity or what have you, it's just not really accepted in the South. And so that was always my problem with trying to be any type of spiritual. It's like, okay, well, I wasn't comfortable doing the things I wanted to do there, and so it's been easier when you do them here, like meditating, doing rituals like with the moon and stuff like that, and burning my Palo Santo and stuff like that. Like, that's just easier for me to do here than back home. And so, like I said, if it wasn't for 2020 and all its madness, I wouldn't have worked on my spirituality and how I see things like death and just life in general, which I'm hoping to make some videos about that soon. So one of the things I decided I was going to start doing in 2021, and something I just want to do in general, is be more of a, I don't want to say a public figure, but like be more out there as far as like how I present myself to the public on social media and the internet. But yeah, so I just want to be more like active and stuff on social media, because for a long time I could not stand social media. Like I just was not about it. Like I wasn't trying to put shit on social media. But shout out to the camera though. We no longer on my iPhone. We filming on a real live, a real digital fucking camera. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Shout out to my boy Kaylin Wayland, the real Kaylin here on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow him. He passed down his camera to me, and you know, we love him for that. That's still my ace. Boom. I was really saying something before that. Oh right, social media and shit. Yeah, in 2020 I definitely was not trying to be like really out there on the internet, as y'all know, because y'all didn't see me here on the YouTube land. I was kind of posting on Instagram, but not really, because I was kind of in the 2020 pandemic funk, you know what I'm saying? Because I was unemployed for a hot second, and that was, like I said, it was hard for me. Like I was so used to doing things around the job and just like having my life be revolved around that. I wasn't used to having to plan my own day and like my schedule and like really figure that out for real. So that was an adjustment, and like I said, most days I just, baby, was watching a lot of Netflix. I watched all of Grey's Anatomy. I'm really proud of that. I watched every season, but it's like 17 fucking seasons. I watched every one in quarantine, and I ain't even mad at it. Grey's Anatomy is a great show. But yeah, now I'm kind of out of hermit mode, and I'm ready to give myself to the world. Not for real, but I'm still keeping things to myself, but it's a lot I do want to share with the internet and with the world, because, you know, I feel like that's part of my purpose. I feel like I have a lot to share. I feel like I'm a relatable bitch, and I know the things I've experienced can help others. So I'm really doing a disservice by hoarding myself in the house and not doing anything. Okay, I think I like my eyeshadow. Actually, I'll add a little bit more. Because why not? You know, I might go to bar and find my future baby Danny. But yeah, I kind of realized that I don't need to be behind the scenes. I can be. I'm definitely good behind the scenes as well. But I realized I was choosing the behind the scenes role as a response to, I guess, trauma, if you want to put it like that. I'm really giving y'all a full face, and I ain't got nowhere to go for real. I just want to go to Barcelona so I can get some magazines and do a little vision board. You know, something I should have did last year, but you know, it's early in 2021. We're still in January, so I ain't missing a beat. 2021 really tried to take me out though, y'all. Like, really tried to take a picture out. Like, I was in the hospital for like 2-3 days early January. I just needed to refresh. I got some powder in my face. I just want to make sure, you know, she not dry. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to like dig into what happened to me early 2021. You know, the very fucking start of the new year. But I would just say this: sleep. Okay, make sure you are getting adequate amounts of sleep. So yeah, I plan to be on a YouTube and filming regularly. That's the plan. Y'all know that's always the plan, and it sometimes happens and sometimes doesn't. But I only work part-time, like I said, so I should have a lot more time to focus on the things that I want to do. I have a lot more that I want to do. Like, I want to vlog, so not only vlog but vlog, like, write, because y'all know I have a degree in journalism and I don't use her enough, so we're gonna put her on use this year. I'm almost done with my makeup. I'm gonna put on some British. So yeah, after my episode in the hospital, I'm finally able to get popping with all the goals I had for 2021, which is mostly just to, you know, not sleep with myself, not block myself from my own blessings, which should be easy now that I have a therapist. Because listen, y'all all need a therapist. I don't care what you're talking about. If you watching the video, you need a therapist, because everybody needs a therapist. So don't matter who you are, get you a little therapy if you can, child. I love blushing. I put a very little on my nose. Oh, I should have just used my. Wow, yeah, I put too much on my nose, as I tend to do. But blush on the nose, child, if you don't know about it, now you get it. Try it, okay? But I was gonna say I should have just tried my Nars, like a little mini Nars blush, the Orgasm blush. I know this is like the OG blush, and I'm still gonna use it. It's pretty sparkly, so it honestly doubles as a highlight, if you ask me. So I'm kind of gonna put it in like my highlight area. And on the nose, oh child, my nose is being so disrespectful right now. It's flaking. I'm gonna do some intense skincare on the nose tonight. Skincare video on the way, because minus my crazy ass nose, my skin is pretty nice, and minus these breakouts. I have a pretty good little skincare routine that I try to do very regularly, and I want to put y'all on. So the videos are coming, okay? She has plans for videos. It's just a matter of them like actually getting recorded and uploaded, because I used to say this video was even gonna get uploaded, child. I don't know, it might be a hot minute, but we tried. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, lips. Bro, I can't believe that for years I was just out here not lining my lips, like really out here wearing makeup and not lining my lips. That's so wild. And if you don't line your lips, you bugging. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about 2021. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I feel very much in my bag. I have so many things I want to do, that I will do. Okay, that's on period. These big affirmations around this thing. Anyway, so since we're wrapping up, I want to thank y'all for sitting here with me, listening to me ramble. I got you for the YouTube land in a little minute. Take a look. Very pink, you know, very Barbie. We love it. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, I hope y'all like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Like I said, you want to be subscribed because the videos is coming, okay? But yeah, make sure y'all tell me, you know, what kind of videos y'all want to see, what y'all got planned for 2021. Let me know all of that in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.